my motherfucking time!
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I got your name. I got your ass.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on!
Hey, thank you very much again. We're here for our Christmas special. Fucking finally.
Yeah, finally. Ho ho ho.
I think we've been planning this since
last Christmas.
At least.
Last Christmas.
No, we've always wanted to do something like this, and especially now we're rolling into about 6-7 months into doing these podcasts, and now vodcasts, as we say, we're actually recording a wee bit of this as we go along as well. So, yeah, main thing of this, if anyone's checked out our previous stuff before, which I'm sure you have by now if you're actually listening to this.
Definitely.
So we did one before about the Attitude Era in professional wrestling. So we sat down and did our top lists and whatnot for that. So this time around, we just had to really pick one film, one each that we really think is the best Christmas film. That kind of seems to be the best kind of way to approach this one, or at least something that just sums up your Christmas viewing. Everyone has a film that they always go to. So
yeah.
I think we go. It's part of it. We'll actually get Buble on in the background and everything. So it's pure Christmas.
Dad, keep it on the mic.
All the mothers are going to love this. All that 35 to 60 demographic.
Some dads too.
Oh, some dads.
Yeah, so tune in. It's just happening once a year.
No, we can't leave them out. So I think out of fairness,
he's actually in the room. He sits in the corner.
Yeah. Cheers, Mike. Sorry there wasn't a free mic and stand for you, but sorry. Could have brought your own. Like
anyone else as well that's noticed with our podcast, we do like to talk over ourselves an awful lot. So forewarned sometimes to this. And out of that, I've decided the only fair way to go through our films is to put our names in a Santa hat. Draw the name, of course.
I like the way you reached into the Santa hat, even though it's not being videoed, you reaching into the Santa hat. But
look, I need to do it as real. Okay, it's real.
We just need to put this officially on the Facebook page or something. It is legit.
Yeah, we do actually have a Santa hat here.
Just Connor's name's all in. It's probably Connor's name. It's me again.
It's bird nuts, right. So first time round here, who's going to give this a go? Let's see if it's my name or your name.
So the first movie out, really?
This is not planned.
Is Connor?
Well, sure. Fucking
every name in this hat's Connor.
No, it's not. No, it's not. We're good.
We will verify that at the end.
Verify. Do you want to verify? Can you
Connor's made some braille engravings. So that's how he figured it out.
It's braille.
Okay. You've been there for a while. Like.
I've been there for a while. So, in the spirit of Christmas, what's my go-to film when it comes to Christmas? It's Home Alone 2.
Nice.
Yeah. It's just you hold your tongue. You get your say soon enough. Don't you worry. This is my turn now. Like my name's on the paper. I talk. You listen.
He's calling Crangle out there. Hang
on. You said yes. Declan said yes. I said yes. I'm the one that gets it at. I'm the one that gets it at.
Yes, because you said no to Home Alone 2. Now, about to be prepared for some knowledge now. Honestly, bar Crangle, who does not like Home Alone 2?
But you don't like Home Alone 2?
I don't like any of the Home Alone.
Well, I don't like the third onwards.
They don't count.
There's only two. There's only two.
If you ask me the first one,
yeah.
But just get off the Jesus Christ.
Awful expensive. Well, the reason why I picked number 2 over number 1 is there's so many more other. Like, you think of some of the background characters in Home Alone 1, like the cop just sitting there eating a donut the whole time on the phone, doesn't give a fuck what's going on. I think he's even going to smoke as well at the same time. There's like the guy at the airport, the big glasses, he's just freaking out, getting shouted at by thing from Beetlejuice. Kevin's mum, going nuts.
You're a woman from Beetlejuice.
Yeah, so I can't remember her name.
What is her name?
Something. Anyways, something. We'll put that in later on at some point.
We shout out to something now.
We shout out to something. Whereas this time round, you've got people like Rob Schneider, Tim Curry, and Maggie thing from Harry Potter.
Downtown Abbey.
Downtown Abbey.
Downtown Abbey as well. Maggie Smith. That's the one. Yeah.
Oh yes.
So you've got people like that in the background. You've got I should have got her name. The Irish actors, the Pigeon Woman.
And she was in My Left Foot.
That's the one.
Yeah.
So we know where
she stars Pigeon Woman or something.
we know her filmography, but
I'm just saying.
That's a movie point.
If you're talking to someone and you describe this film, you will describe her as Pigeon Woman.
Yeah. I know. If you give the real name, they'd be like, who? And then you have to put one in Home Alone, covered in bird shit.
Right. basically at this point, you've got so many great supporting characters and more memorable than the first time round. It's not always just about Kevin, but you've got so much more Marv and Harry. Just like the simple wee added bits, like him constantly bumping into that fucking woman. And Kevin his ass handed to him every single time, just out of nowhere. Fucking. What's the second time round? He says, just smacks him. It just makes me laugh every single time. The wee simple, and even Joe Pesci, it probably won't even be on TV anymore, beating the shit out of the pigeon, just sitting beside him. I don't know where
It's just fucking newspaper.
it's things like I'm sitting there going, was that even planned? Did he just go off and one of the kept rolling? You know what I mean? Simple wee things. Like even watch him. There's scenes where they're walking across the road. And it's pure Joe Pesci in casino mode the whole time. Because that's the other thing. This is between him filming things like Lethal Weapon 2, Casino, Goodfellas, and also he was, and Donnie Brasco. He was in this like mode for
His mind.
Yeah.
It just must have been everywhere.
He's like, man,
Yeah, but I mean, it's not very different. Like the characters were not similar, but like he's still playing like not a great character. Do you mean burglar? You know, still in the same sort of frame of mind, but then maybe just have to turn up and off when he's in casino.
all up. But I think it's no bad task to them. He knows how to act. He knows what to bring to that role, and it's just as much heart as in this film. The two turtle doves, the fucking pigeon woman, Duncan's toy chest, all that. Do you know what I mean? With all that heart, that means nothing to me when I see that steel pipe getting swung down the stairs and hitting both Marv and Harry square in the face. That is Home Alone 2. And that should be the front cover.
That's Christmas.
That is Christmas. You know what I mean? Just saying, nothing, as much heart, as much Christmas vibe is going on in that whole film. I'm put that aside for now. Everyone knows why they watch Home Alone. Most times it skips right to all when the shit is about to hit the fan.
But I would probably enjoy it just for those moments, so I'd stick it on the whole way through.
You would watch Pigeon Woman the whole way through.
Just the pigeon.
Pigeon Woman. So we find out
deleted
that
scenes,
per
extra
lady-
origin
No,
shit.
I mean,
I think my favourite bit, everybody's favourite part was, as you said in Home Alone, like all stand out is the planning. You know, like especially the first one. I know you mentioned the second one, but it's supposed to happen. But the first one was with the music kicking in. They know how to do it. Like don't you like?
Yeah, especially your point about the supporting cast. All that makes everything that you'll see makes it all better. So like I like watching from start to finish. It makes those things better.
I started realising a few things when I was watching it not so long ago. I actually took a few notes as well when I was watching it. It's just
I love the wee houses in them. They all stood out to me when I was young. Like how detailed those wee playhouses were. Like how much.
Everything.
You know, they're hardly the ones from fucking Argus. You mean?
Yeah, you were never going to see
your
that
price,
in any of our toy shops.
No.
No.
I was trying to figure out.
Fucking
But like,
bollocking in them and everything.
maybe that's why I like watching it around Christmas because you get to see all that stuff.
That's the other thing with Home Alone 2 also stood out. The toy shops, in any Christmas film, they don't really have the toys that you would see in Sniffs. It's the magical toys, you know what I mean? Like the wooden
Handmade.
soldiers.
Yeah.
Horses. Imagine kids now, isn't it? Where the
Bored.
fuck's my iPod? You know what I mean?
Well,
But I wish it was still that way. I
It's-
mean, to be honest,
nah,
they should be getting fucking
nah.
toy soldiers instead of fucking iPads.
Nah, it's the
Did you ever get
Amazon
toy
store now.
soldiers?
I got iPads.
Yeah.
It's the Amazon store now for Christmas.
The Amazon store, yeah.
That's it, like.
I
Sure,
have,
what Toys R Us doesn't, but we're going off on that one.
no, I have a question about Home Alone.
Let's just stop right now.
Has anyone ever thought about this? In both films, he made the whole physical plan, laid out everything in each room, meticulous.
Right.
Everything set up for them, and you see them going through from Marv coming through the window and stepping on the glass to the nail through the foot, the fucking
That's why I
feathers,
prefer
everything.
the first one.
Right?
Yeah.
That's green.
Everything's going along the house.
Yeah,
And even in the second one, he's planned everything from the sandbags, the whole lot, kerosene on the rope, everything's planned.
You think as he got older, he got worse, does it?
No, I'm just trying to figure out
People thought he turned into Jigsaw.
the
Theory online.
the traps we saw in the film. That can't be all the traps that he made on both occasions.
Oh, yes,
So I keep thinking when the man all came home, did they like walk in or something? Or like in the second film, he leaves that house. That was like his uncle's house.
Yeah.
They come back. And there's just random shit, mouse traps in the fucking ceiling and all this.
You think they'd ever pick up, if they ever did Home Alone based on those movies, if they ever picked up
With that
From that
sequel,
story,
them tidying up the house,
Some-
the booby
some
traps.
shit.
But they don't know. No one would have any idea it's there.
I would never have thought of that.
I actually noticed something really strange from rewatching as well. The bit where they're coming down the kerosene rope. As you're coming down, they're going past these windows, and one of the windows has like all these Christmas decorations that are switched on. So who's at home? while all that shit's going on next door and not saying a word the whole time. It's funny. You'll see it as he goes down the rope. But I also, before I let everyone go off and get on to theirs, the final bit that has to be done is the piece de resistance.
What's that?
Is Joe Pesci gives himself a vertical suplex on the toilet. He just that scream, haunting. But when he goes up like a fucking champ, like a dart.
You think that was actually him?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's him. Guaranteed. I'm thinking one take. He went up. He went up.
Were we roped? Just pulling him up.
Did you know for certain?
Go for it.
It's Joe Pesci.
No, I just paused it.
You did that measurement.
In my mind, it's like, no,
I has to be him.
don't
He's
spoil
about the height
this.
of what do you call the word stern?
He's
Bandit
about,
stern?
yeah. He's
It's
about
the height of him.
the height of an iron board easily. About that.
The height of it.
But he goes up as I said, he goes up like a missile. Like he's taking like bulldog style, proper vertical suplex.
Yeah.
But then again, on the way down, he goes knees first into the ground. Arguably one of the worst ways to end that fucking maneuver. So he goes straight into the ground. And I still don't know whether the knees to the ground is worse than him coming off the ladder and going knuckles first into the ground. I'm still trying to work out. So here, tell you what, as the last one, what's your favourite fucking, besides Crangle, he doesn't got one of them, as your favourite trap or something in Home Alone?
Oh, you're throwing at me first, yeah?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
First one comes to mind is the tool chest.
Oh.
I was about to say, you didn't imagine the dad coming home to that.
honey, when you get the screwdriver? Not a problem, sweetie.
They're fucking everywhere.
And then boom.
Yeah. Niall, do you have one?
I don't know. What all stands in my head is is it from the second one?
Either.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The first one, what do you call Joe Pesci's character in it?
Harry.
Alright, when he sticks his head through the kitchen door in the first one, it just sets his head on fire. You know, it's not a face. And then diving head first straight into the snow. He doesn't know when he's diving head straight first into it.
True.
Yeah.
Just those different moments, even the hand, and as it Harry maybe stepping on the nail.
For me, Dan
Marv,
was
sorry,
going
go
down,
straight
the basement steps. You just go, no! And he goes all the way down.
One step at a time. For anyone else interested in the traps and stuff, there's a great video on YouTube you should check out. Just final word here. Where someone has gone through each of the injuries for both films and it counts how many times they would have died.
Yeah.
The whole way through. It's fucking insane.
There's a film I watched not
There's
too long
definitely
ago.
worth watching.
It's a Christmas home invasion, Christmas comedy sort of horror sort of film. Won't go too much into it, but there's a bit in it where the kid decides to do the paint thing. He's going, I've seen Home Alone, he should be fine. Like, they're only threatening this guy they're not really planning to kill him. And then they fucking threw the fucking paint and his face completely exploded. And stuff, he's like, yeah, that's a bit right. Like, you know, if you're in the fucking full paint tin.
So it's gonna hurt. Like
Get the kids right.
It's not for kids, that one, no.
No.
That's Home Alone 5, that one.
the rehoming.
Right. And I think
That's a
I
good one, Connor.
think I played the good case there for Home Alone 2.
It's always one you all see on the TV, anyway. I think it was only
Is there any honourable mentions?
Well, that'll be delayed once we've all had
yeah.
one.
There'll be a bind.
Do you pick out the names for that one as well?
No, we'll just
Connor.
let that go. Okay.
Connor's
So
Christmas.
out of fairness, my name has been taken away because I'm not putting that back in to start again. Because this kind of shit happens all the time. So, guys,
Nervous. I don't know.
What do you think Michael moves in?
now,
Jizzhat. Oh, no, it does
we have Crangle
I
going
think
up
there's a
next.
misspelling.
There's a misspelling of Jizzhat.
And Jizzhat.
That's
I'm not even wearing a hat. Right, lads. As much as the heartwarming tale of a youngster left, apparently as well as ones go away to France, I think of Home Alone 1.
touching.
I did watch it once. I chose Die Hard 2 as my favourite Christmas movie because one is one's our Nakatomi Towers. 2 is the.
Is that the one where they're on snowmobiles and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have brought notes about snowmobiles there.
But my
and
memory
as we know, 3 is Jeremy Irons, New York City. 4 and 5, I don't pay much attention to this.
No, yeah.
Right. It's not Christmas for me or in the house till I see Bruce Willis, bald, with a white vest, black slacks, and he's causing some sort of
Mischief.
destruction. but he's always. The thing gets it for me. It starts with we're actually listening to Michael Doodle, and it starts with is it the song? It's like "Have a holly jolly Christmas." That starts off. So it gets you straight into the mood. You're like, oh, snow, Christmas, and then it cuts down to a shot of his wife Holly. Now, Die Hard 1, I could have picked
fucking
because
bodybuilder. Holly General.
Holly is the bitch of a wife of John McClane. Now, thanks, Nan. Die Hard 1, he's going to collect her from the airport on Christmas Eve. No, sorry, it's the staff do. On Christmas Eve, I think he's going to meet her in Nakatomi Towers.
The first one,
yeah. So this basically takes place to the day he's collecting her at the airport on Christmas Eve, and poor John is getting hassled from the chief of police, and he just wants a nice relaxing Christmas. Now, a few facts here. So the airport it takes place at was based in Washington. It's based off a similar looking airport, even though there's like 6 or 7 different filming locations for it. It was released in 1992. And even though it got worse reviews than the first Die Hard, it done twice as good at the box office.
What was it released? What was it released at Christmas?
To be quite honest, I just wrote the year down now. Write down the exact date. Right. I'm assuming it probably wasn't Christmas because you don't want to be like, kids, look at this.
But you sometimes hear about things they don't want to conflict with other releases.
Right. So I'm sort of for those who maybe aren't as into these shooters, explosions, predators, commandos, and Die Hard as I am. I'll get through a wee bit of the plot for you, just as Connor did with Home Alone there. So, starts off, John McClane is in the airport.
He's getting comfy, but he's getting comfy.
Oh, it's going to be a good story.
Damn it, McClane!
he's stressed, he just wants to meet the wife and get to wherever he's going to eat his meatloaf. So 2 men dressed in army fatigues in the airport. One of them looks quite dodgy, and I can hear this sort of going in there, but I'm going to go through with it. Follows them, because, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
In an airport. And then after that, there's a shootout, and one of them dies, and through several FBI special enforcement guys, and the cop who says, the cop in the first one, who's like, welcome to the party, pal, or something like that. Twinkie. He makes a short cameo in the second one, so it's nice to see him.
Good.
So anyway, he follows them in, he finds that one of them is a mercenary, he's impersonating an army guy. And then we meet Mr. William, U.S. Special Forces General William Stewart. He's like the
right bastard, isn't he?
Oh, big cunt of a man. Chris just sums up the Christmas movie. And they're
he's pure working out bollock naked.
Yeah, that's
the way you introduced to him. What about you? How's it going?
I like the way that's the one fact I can't remember from the movie.
He's doing personal.
Naked.
That's the only thing.
Not normal.
Die Hard 2.
Bollock. So they have to. They're
trying
to get a Fidel Castro sort of character, South American. His name is Ramon Escudilla.
It had to
give him a go there.
Ramon. I can't pronounce his second name, to be honest with you. It's really Spanish. Right, anyway. So the US do what they normally do when it comes to these situations and send in a SWAT team. So that not a SWAT team. They try to save the day, but they end up getting their asses handed to them. So you're going to call in one man who's technically not in duty, not in his jurisdiction. It's time to get the vest out. It's vest or no vest.
Rob C. Nesbitt.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yes.
He's going to go full Scottish Buck Fast Iron Groove, fighting on their asses.
Now, can I fast forward a second? Does he wear the wife beater in this one? Because I can't remember.
He wears like a zipped up.
Oh, don't worry, I have this.
Oh yeah, he wears like an airport jacket. Because I have an airport jacket.
Marvin the janitor. Marvin the janitor.
You did take notes. I went from the heart, but okay.
I'm going from the gun.
Nice.
Right. Anyway, big shootouts for the special forces. Wreck the airport. Happy days. Someone else will pick up the tab. Right.
Of course.
And then between this. You're treated to obviously the scenes of chaos in the airport. There's people with Christmas presents and Christmas shops, and see it's Christmassy, and there's toys and wooden soldiers and all the usual stuff.
Makes me very nervous. That film,
Okay?
being around a lot of people.
You can't wait.
Being in an airport.
You nervous now? You okay? Brace yourself. Okay.
No, it just makes me very nervous. Like that many people. Christmas Eve on an airport.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare to me. And then
on
John
an
McClane
airport or in an airport.
Standing on an airport.
That would be very nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
what the fuck am I doing on an airport?
Right. So, several shootouts, looking at plans, montages later, everybody trying to help. It cuts to the shot of the airplane, and McClane's Holly. Holly's on the plane, John's wife, and she is sat across the aisle.
Or some guy.
She's something.
The
guy who pointed her out
Nicholas.
in the first movie to the kidnappers and told them who she was and that her husband's a cop and this here is sitting in the aisle across from her.
Not a bastard.
The guy from Biodome, Peck. What do we call it?
Biodome.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, yeah.
Do we know the names of any of
the Dickless.
He's sitting across the aisle, and it makes him like that he might be part of it, even though he's a dick. He just looks like your stereotypical wanker. So Anyway, he gets wind of what's going on through some secret communications on his phone, and you should see the size of the phone.
Oh,
it's
it's
like a Zach Morris phone.
Yeah, basically you'd have to like buy another seat just to have your mobile.
You have that in the carry-on.
It's how the plane's made out of these recycled phones. Anyway, he goes into the bathroom to do a news report, and he starts spreading the thing. The next minute, everybody's panicking. We're all going to die. Where McLean's like, I'm on the case. I don't even need shoes.
I'm already working on the third
one. Right? So he was into the bathroom, and he's making this hysterical call, and everybody's panicking. The news reporter coming to the airport, which you don't want when you're trying to be terrorists.
Yeah.
And
this was in 92 as well, so this was before everything changed.
Oh,
so this is back then, you mean?
So
it's like,
so,
come on in.
So, all the news reporters, exactly. All the news reporters, all the news reporters are sitting there taking photos and snapshots, and McLean's he crawls through an air duct. That must be like a prerequisite of any Die Hard movie.
Yeah.
Bad guys, annoying situation, and an air duct, an air vent or an air conditioning vent. But anyway, he's crawling through it. He's doing the business. He gets under the airport. I don't know again why.
Under it, I'm on it.
Yeah,
you're
on top of it, so you're a team. Lethal weapon. But it goes back to a couple of shots, and the guys have got the general. He's landed the plane, so they're getting everything fueled. They're getting all the stuff.
Oh, there's another good shootout, isn't there?
Well, folks, that's the end of it. Really,
it's an action movie. We know the shootouts.
I thought we were talking about Die Hard.
I think Jackie was playing the credit music of Die Hard as I was rapping.
I think at the Oscars there. Go on,
right. I'll speed on. Right, this is Jackie's favourite part. Literally 4 cutscenes later, snowmobiles everywhere.
4 cutscenes.
And you have the soldiers who are double crossed them.
So you've got the mercenaries, and it turns out they're working with the special forces. Bastards.
More bastards.
Loads of snowmobiles. I don't know where you hide this many snowmobiles back in a church, honestly.
Because I can't remember.
It shows a shot of the outside of the church, followed by at least 7 or 8 snowmobiles. And it's a small church, man.
Does that church caretaker have any family members?
No.
What's he doing in there on Christmas Eve? God love him. I'd be more sorry for him.
He must be part of it.
It's like the housekeeper in Skyfall. What the fuck's he sitting there for?
The
whole time.
And the housekeeper in Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire.
Why?
Well, you say the housekeeper in...
What are these caretaker lives matter?
No, hold on. The only caretaker one is Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, played by Chris Barry. Because when her house gets invaded, the man equips a shotgun. But yeah, snowmobiles, Jackie. A ton of snowmobiles. I'm overpronouncing snow. Right? So several, blowing up snowmobiles later. Several John McClane. You should have died by now, John, because I've watched that series of how many John McClanes it takes to survive a Die Hard movie.
Yeah.
It's like 14 for Die Hard 1.
No
doubt. Right, anyway, so it comes to the final climactic scene that Jackie did ruin there earlier. And
well, all I said
here's a trivia.
Particular action scene couldn't be any of them.
It's an action movie. The whole thing's an action scene. But anyway, they had trouble getting the snow for the movie. So what we see is they had I have it here. I was under my trivia notes. They had to incorporate. It just said they couldn't measure how much snow they incorporated. They just said it was a lot. Like there was all that's fake snow. It's not the time of year they were filming. They had to put fake snow everywhere. Plus, Connor, you'll appreciate this as a master of media, because he has a master's in media. It was one of the movies at the time to use live action and drawn in backgrounds. There's a couple of scenes on which I'm getting to now, the big final climactic scene, Jackie.
I didn't ruin that.
No. We don't know who won the shootout.
Oh, yeah, exactly. This is
Let's be clear that I think any listeners will probably have seen Die Hard 2.
We hope.
People sometimes go, fuck's sake, Jackie. Get into it. I can't get it.
Now,
it's 20 years ago now.
We've got the Spanish guy in the plane. He's flying because he's a pilot. Obviously, has to be. So he is. He's the pilot. He's the pilot, and he's keeping everything seriously.
We've got 3 pilots.
This mic is going to go straight out the window. Right. So he's a pilot, obviously.
We've got 4 pilots.
There's 4 pilots. One for each snowmobile.
So many, but.
All the lads are celebrating. Job well done. Dacky cigars, fine wine, fine bitches. I don't know what to do. Bitch and wine. I'm not sharing that. I'm not a terrorist.
So cheese.
Right. They're taking off. The plane's having none of it. Him, the white vest of justice, and the fucking black slacks of bitching are coming after him. Right. Having a big fight on the wing of the airplane. There's something on the wing. And they're sitting there, right, and they're fighting away. And McLean kicks. This is one of the best scenes. This is what makes Christmas. This is the Christmas scene.
I was just actually about to ask. He goes,
This scene.
"Where's the Christmas?"
Snow!
I'm sure someone else is saying by now.
Oh, no,
Yes,
no.
this sounds enticing, but where's the Christmas?
Hang on, right. He's on the wing of the plane. Kicks him off the plane into the airplane engine.
Ho, ho, ho.
Just Merry Christmas.
Does anyone wear? I can't even remember this one. Does anyone wear a Santa hat once?
Probably is. I think some police officers.
I thought you were going to ask,
Okay.
do we have any
Probably
listeners?
the caretaker.
The caretaker.
Do we have any listeners that work in an airport?
I know Home Alone was
Let
a
us
bit.
know.
I know Home Alone was a bit violent, but that takes the.
Right, but no.
Christmas.
He's a bad guy, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
He gets kicked in and obliterated, but McLean in the white vest of doom getting kicked off the wing of the plane. Right? No, hang on. He lands on the runway, which is covered in
Oh, yes.
snow.
Love this bit.
Right?
Okay.
And then, as the plane's taken off, somewhere along the fight, which was a shootout, in case you didn't know, folks, there's a trail of gasoline. Right, there's no stowaways left, so don't be dancing about the raft.
Done.
They're all wrapped. Right. So the plane's taken off, Jackie. Jet fuel thrown everywhere. I don't know how McLean's lighter survived all this, but he looks down at the snow, more Christmassy, lights the snow, and the flame goes along the snow up into the sky. Terrorists and cheese and wine and bitches all get killed. And how long? Boom, right? McLean wins, goes back to the airport, meets his wife, meets Holly's fine, plane's landed, everything's safe.
Holly, that's Christmas. That's
That's
Christmas.
Christmas.
Holly.
Okay.
Holly's also Christmas. Meets her outside a toy store. There's more Christmas. Well, it could be a toy store, maybe just a child holding a toy.
Okay.
Right? Then gets a wee scoot on one of those airport crafts. While in the background, oh, the weather outside is delightful. That starts playing, and the nice big white shot panoramic camera. Christmas. Yeah, he saved Christmas. Yeah, because if the terrorists had won, no Christmas. Well, I'm sorry, just because mine didn't have a kid and Marvin hanging on.
I think you added that bit on just to make it a wee bit more
No,
Christmassy.
it's the same song. That's my last bit of trivia. It's the same song that closes Die Hard 2 and
Is it?
closed Die Hard 1.
All of it.
Was your
And that
original-
was the last Christmas Die Hard theme, Christmas theme Die Hard, wasn't it? Because then
Must
Vengeance was like July. Was it
The
no,
Federal Gold Reserve in New York City.
That was just during the year, wasn't it, or something? The hottest day of the year.
Sprinklers.
Nice.
Because Joe Crocker, Summer in the City, plays at the start to emphasise how hot it was.
In summer.
But yeah, Christmas was saved. So thank you.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you. Sorry for
John.
any mic edited problems there. My mic lead kept cutting out. It wasn't the intensity.
We'll fix it up. It's Christmas.
Of
Spare no expense. Now, anybody still following along with this? Fair play to you. And obviously you're keeping count, which means we're around to just Declan and Niall.
I wonder if we'll keep going this way.
to see
Work this out, wasn't
Again,
it? This will be quite pointless now.
This is it.
Not really, no.
You ruined the hot
It's fun. It's something
I'm
different.
still. Do you know after I
I
pick
like
this
it.
game, I'm still going to do it again. So okay.
I like
Don't
it.
Christmas.
There we go.
your hands are freezing.
It's Niall.
Oh!
So
I don't have a photo.
you better come up with something good.
Right.
It's Christmas.
Straight in. It was very hard, boys. You know, it's just very, very hard to pick one because you know it's just so many.
Die Hard.
But I thought you were going to mention one, but you didn't. And that's threw me on the spot. But I'm going to go out and just go with the one over, isn't it? National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, I swear.
You had mentioned that to us before.
Yeah.
I
Classic,
have
like.
not seen it. I seen the
Well,
Home Alone.
Tell him the Christmas version of the film because there's some other slapstick shit that goes in between as well. But give him the Christmas vibe. Why is the Christmas film choice?
Have you seen National Lampoon's Vacation? The first one?
I have seen none.
None of them.
Of
You've
the,
missed out.
Of the
You
national
haven't seen fuck all.
You know.
Chevy Chase. It's a Chevy Chase movie. If
Yeah.
you've ever seen Chevy
Clark
Chase.
Griswold. Have you ever heard of Griswolds?
I
I actually learned this about it. Griswold is actually a term they actually use in America for anybody who does their decorations in the house. They're doing a Griswold. Well, I thought that was tight. Like
There we
that's
go.
in what do you call that? The culture and
Lexicon.
lexicon. That's it. Yeah. I thought that was tight, but it's strange for it.
That was tight.
I would recommend watching it, but I recommend watching the first one as well, Vacation. Christmas Vacation, I think it's the second one in the series, based around this dad who just wants to have the best vacation, Christmas vacation. And the first one's just about him taking his family off. This one's about this Christmas dinner, right? So let's stay on track now. Right? The Christmas one, so we want to have the perfect one, and I think that's what I like about it because I think I can imagine. Now I'm getting a wee bit older. You know, when you get a wee bit older, you start going right. Actually, you're gonna have kids and stuff. Like that's. I would be a great Clark Griswold. I think I want the perfect, and I would go to the end of the world.
You go to extreme lengths.
I go to extreme lengths, and if it's like that first film, like he goes nuts in it. It's just perfect. It's great. I don't even want to spoil it since you haven't actually seen it, so I'm not gonna.
Oh, Jenny's gonna have to put up with a lot of shit.
Like, oh man, like the fucking chainsaw and the fucking banister off. Banister's fixed. Oh man, it's got everything you imagine for a Christmas film. It's got snow, it's got decorations, too many decorations. It's got the relatives that you're like, oh fuck's sake, you only see them once a year. Yeah. Shitter's full. You know, it's got so many lines. Dennis Quaid. Is it? No, it's not Dennis Quaid. Dennis Quaid is Randy Quaid. Sorry,
Randy Quaid. Yeah,
Dennis Quaid. That's his brother.
Yeah,
boy from something
else. The same one.
The same one. Yeah, the one that's allowed into Hollywood.
Yeah.
But Christmas Vacation, yeah, man, just one bit I think just stands out always is when he gets stuck in the attic. Oh. He's so fucking freezing. He ends up looking like some old woman from like a 1920s film. But he's watching like old photos of his old family holidays and stuff, family Christmases and stuff, and that's all he dreams about. And then like, I said I don't want to spoil too many of it, but there's so many bits like the granny wrapping up the cat. and then he goes out, at the start of the film he goes out and tries to find the biggest fucking tree you can find. And he gets all the way out in the fucking wilderness by maybe a 2-hour trek, 3-hour trek on foot with the family. They're frozen. And he goes, Dad, do you remember the saw? So he has to use the fucking car to pull it out of the roots.
That's my
and it's just far too big. And then later on, again, I've said I'm not spoiling it, but it's just too good not to mention the bit. But the tree sets on fire. Because it's a natural tree, also needs water and stuff. Yeah. And so he chucks that out. That's when he goes fucking berserk. And he goes out, just chops out the number 3 outside, falls through the neighbour's window, just pulls it in, sets it up just like nothing. And there's a fucking squirrel in it. So the squirrel gets out of the house and runs around the house. Oh man, it's a classic sort of thing. There's so many bits you can laugh. And I think the whole family, there's no bits in it that you would think, oh, I can't show that to kids.
Yeah, true.
Whereas the first one, there is a couple of bits you wouldn't show kids. I think the first one, just come to
do
these shots and stuff.
And
I think it's actually maybe 15 is the first one, whereas this one times PG.
Yeah, there's a bit more swearing. There is swearing in this Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Hallelujah and amen. Holy shit! Whatever it was. And he just goes nuts in it because you just feel for him, Clark Griswold, because he's just a lovable character, sort of thing. Because throughout the thing, he's down for his bonus. He's waiting for his bonus, and he's looking out the window and he's imagining the swimming pool, and he's imagining his family there first, and next he sees his cousin coming and what's Uncle Eddie.
Yeah.
And then he says, right, get the out, and he just imagines some babe. And he's like, fuck the family, like. But he's so endearing, sort of thing. You mean like this guy should be a dick, but he cares a lot about his family, and he just has
just wants it perfect.
But man, it's wonderful. Like. There's more films after like the European Vacation and Vegas Vacation, but to me the first two is the best, and the Christmas Vacation is just one of them ones I would stick on Christmas.
That's the Christmas movie.
Hilarious, man. Fucking hilarious. And there's actually a couple of trivia as well. One bit when he goes nuts in it. I think he grabs like a Santa or snowman outside and just chucks it outside. He breaks his Chevy Chase breaks his pinky finger when he did that, and they just kept the take.
He did a Vigo.
So he did a Vigo, yeah. Nice one.
Do you remember Vigo booting the helmet in Lord of the Rings? Breaks his toe,
it
goes nuts. And he kept it, and he goes, oh, that's tight.
It's like Leo in, what do you call it, Django?
Oh, just went with it.
It's not as extreme as that, like, but...
So did Griswold.
But did Griswold, probably was Pinky, and then the original director was supposed to be Chris Columbus, who did Home Alone.
Yep, good point.
But he left because he couldn't, I don't think he couldn't get on with Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase was, I can't work with that man.
No.
I think it was around the shame, maybe Chevy was off his head, maybe, or something, I don't know.
That's a relative thing about Chase, though, isn't it?
What about Chevy Chase?
Yeah,
like he was a wee bit difficult to work with, and sure, it's in, what, I think, he went through a lot of drug problems, didn't he? Like, buying alcohol problems, and what's what everyone did in the 80s, like. But it was the thing.
But Christmas.
But fucking Christmas. That's one about the end. I'll say, but his cousin Eddie goes out because when he wants his bonus, he's like, this is it. So before he even opens it, he tells his whole family what he's going to do. I'm going to fucking build a pool, I'm going to fly you all out. And I'm like, fucking Clark.
Yeah.
And he opens it, it was like a year's supply of Jell-O or something. Yeah. And he goes nuts, and that's when he goes nuts, and then he goes, if anybody can give me the best Christmas present tonight, it'll be my boss with a ball around his head at my front door. And cousin Eddie's in the background going,
popping through it together.
Drinking the eggnog, and then fucks off in the RV. But at the end, I've gone through all of it. He gets it, the van comes out, SWAT teams come through the windows and everything at the end because it's the big fucking businessman, the CEO. But he gets his bonus, and it's fucking magical, man. Brings a tear in my eye.
It's got to be added to my watch list.
But one thing I did not, didn't really understand about what was going on. This was a sequel to the first one, so it was set after the first one, but the kids were like different ages.
Yeah.
And then Cousin Eddie's kids were have aged because they mentioned going where the kids from the first one are. The kids, the boy from the first film, the farm boy, he's way off getting ready for carnival work. Apparently, sort of like these are the wee lines that you just sometimes bypass.
You just put them in anyway.
And then I think your girl, the daughter's at a clinic, apparently.
A smoker.
Whatever.
Yeah, because she was smoking and everything in the first one.
Smoking in the first one. That's what the first one is a wee bit more adult, like thinking about it.
Definitely.
But the second one has, again, shitter's fault. It has a couple of lines for the older folk and the parents. But great film.
You'll have to watch the first one to get the second.
No. But the first one I recommend that. No.
I recommend that, right?
And the golden nuts, don't touch! Wind them up, or roll them up.
Can I not just get a recording of you saying all the lines?
Oh, I would have done justice, but Chevy Chase is just
right. Who's next in the hot dog?
Process of elimination. I even have just for aesthetics here.
Now someone else's name came out.
Yeah,
Steve. Who's Steve? Honor too.
We have Declan.
Just thinking about it as we were going, everyone was taking their turns. I was originally going to talk about Arthur Christmas. So I thought it changed the mood and everything with an animated film, but I don't know enough about it to carry.
It's a relatively young movie, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So so again, like I've only seen it twice, but I thought I'd pick a film I grew up watching, and it hasn't been mentioned yet, and it's Christmas Carol, 1985. Four.
Yeah.
With George C. Scott.
Yeah.
His version is probably a version of that Christmas Carol people probably haven't really seen or know about or anything. I don't know how available it is, but you used to see it in HMV quite a lot. Every Christmas used to always store it out on DVD. It used to be a cheap one to pick up, but I haven't seen it recently.
You went for a proper classic there, look.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, but I know Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol, is that the three ghosts visiting your blood?
Oh yeah.
It's the one with the Muppets, but not with the Muppets.
The George non-Muppet.
It's the original.
It's the non-Muppet one.
It's right. So
who said it? So who started it?
George C. Scott. If you've seen The Exorcist 3, he plays the detective. He's a detective, isn't he?
Yeah.
Probably know him. What Conor else is he in?
He was in General Patton, from Patton, of course. He was in Dr. Strangelove as General.
Oh, he's
probably a recognizable face, would it?
Yeah, and his voice as well. He's probably put his voice to a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he has.
The name sounds the name definitely does sound familiar.
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, I think you're probably picking up when I start describing more scenes and stuff.
Definitely,
probably get your memory a bit more. And his face will probably.
Well, go through it here. What have you got?
Anyway, so I picked it because, first of all, I can talk more about it. I grew up watching it. Connor, we both grew up in the same house watching it. And yeah, so Christmas Carol is a classic anyway. So the reason why I like this one more is it's just the whole atmosphere in the movie, everything creatively about it, how they told that Charles Dickens novel, the way they have everything. First of all, it's an older movie. If you watch it today, it's aged greatly because it's just based off a novel that's based in that time period.
Yeah.
So it's aged brilliantly. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to hide anything.
It's
really.
timeless, like, isn't it? Really, that's what, even though
Yeah,
it's
you could probably
sad.
say that, yeah.
You know.
Definitely. So what they've done, and I can't remember if this was a small production or not. Was it BBC?
It was made. It was a made-for-TV film, and then due to demand and stuff, it got released in the cinemas after that. But that's where it was. And
was there any major adaptation before that?
Yeah,
there's always been an
a 60s version. And before that, there was a 40s one. Those two were like before this one. Those were the ones that everyone would have known of.
Right.
I don't know who played.
Scrooge things like the old black and white.
And then people would probably know that story told in Scrooge. That's the version of. There's different versions of, and then there's Muppets, of course, as well. And everyone. So this one gets lost in the shuffle a lot. So people don't really know it or whatever. So I picked it because I can't. I think of Christmas all the time when I think of. Sorry, I think of this movie when I think of Christmas movies. Because we used to have it on days before Christmas every fucking year.
Between that and the Santa Claus movie.
Religious. I didn't even think of that one. The Santa Claus, the one before that.
Dudley
the Santa Claus movie. Yeah, it's definitely worth.
That's a mindfuck.
That's a mindfuck. Would have picked that one.
Well, we can talk about it after that. But
anyway, so I'll try and stay on track. So anyway, this one's fucking. It's really creepy. It's great atmosphere. and even some of the effects, even though they're aged, they still work.
Well, the practical,
yeah,
they can be,
and I think there's just trickery just done,
right.
reflections and stuff, and
like
how they're able to project things.
Pepper's Ghost. They probably you ever hear that? It's sort of the technique they would use for illusions and stuff. They probably went for obviously probably practical more than CGI.
It looks like because it doesn't look like any. There wouldn't be any CGI in it. Sorry, it wouldn't be. There wouldn't be. Wouldn't have had the money for it or anything. So everything they've done is just fucking like proper good filmmaking, if you know what I mean. So it's got fundamentals. It's got like great location, great set. It looks foggy, and it's do you know what? The great sound effect and the music it's probably fucking makes it, because there's parts where they've got really heavy dialogue. There's a lot of serious stuff in it because it deals with poverty and it deals with like class warfare, really, doesn't it? Right? So it's Scrooge. He's not gonna. He sees Christmas different from everyone else. I suppose from start to finish, it's a great Christmas story and Christmassy towards the end.
Yeah.
So you have to go through and the way it kind of goes through the whole year in a couple of days. It's like going through all this shit, remembering things and having to go through trauma and whatnot. There's just reward at the end, which is Christmas, you know. So you can. It's very interpretive. Yeah. Everyone can kind of look at Christmas Carol and go like, I don't know. Everyone can interpret differently, but there is a message in there which is like, you know, be grateful and try to share and fucking not look down on everyone. And there's all those, but it hits you around Christmas time. You don't watch it every year, so when you stick it on, it kind of makes you go like, fuck, I've probably been a bit of a dick as well.
Whatever Christmas films, like we could mention all our films there. Our films are like they're great family fun films.
Yeah.
You might watch Christmas Carol with the family anyway, but it's a film that you can actually sit and go and actually, you know, there's a lesson to be learned from it. Yeah, and again, I suppose there's a lesson to be learned from all the films, I suppose, you know, but there's an actual, you know, there's some sort of message at that. Again, it's, I don't know, it's actually quite, all our films are talking, you mean materialistic sort of things at Christmas, whereas that's really about, I think it's mainly about Tiny Tim and stuff.
I suppose the character of Scrooge, he focuses on his money. Like you don't see it. He doesn't. He's not lavish with his money, but he fucking hangs on to it.
Tight.
Yeah, tight fisted.
One thing, a selling point definitely for it is the set pieces, and there's even simple bits with like there's a scene where the second ghost takes Scrooge through a marketplace. Simple thing.
Yeah.
Any other fucking film you see with a market scene and all, it just does not look right. It always looks fake. It looks like people.
And there's too much. They're trying to fill it in.
Yeah.
And you can anyone who's kind of like, tricky things to do, to have to do.
Yeah, people looking busy in the background, but not actually doing anything.
But for some reason, there's a real hustle of people, and it's just like it
looks
feels like that's an actual market.
Is it a set or is it on location?
I don't know. Is it a set? It looks like location.
No, a lot of it's on location. A lot of it was done in London,
right?
And that's to say, like every single shot on it, everything was framed right. Everything had its own wee. There's mise en scène, you can a place in it about like when he's walking home back to his house on his own. There's the railings. Every scene of him walking home, he's walking past railings.
And the music works there for that. It creeps you out when you're. It's just like a little bit of suspense. Yeah, you know the story, but you're like something gonna happen to him before he gets home. You know, like little. So like, sorry, what I was gonna say before I finish off, like there's particular scenes that if anyone hasn't seen it, I'd probably watch it for these things that come up in it. There's a lot of like monologues, but in some cases it's dialogues. But it's mainly like one of the characters, and it's mainly like the ghosts. In this one I'm going to describe it's the ghost of Christmas Present or something. What do you call it?
Second ghost.
Second
Present.
Ghost, Present. And he delivers a fucking chilling monologue to Scrooge in this deprived area because he just brings them to see all these. The thing about it being why when we talk about this being Christmasy, because it brings you back to like this is the time of year where people have fuck all. Yeah. But here's the worst kind of people who fucking you've got everything. You know, it does wrap up with Christmas, but like but I'm just gonna say but like for a good movie, you're gonna see a lot of good acting and good performance. Yeah. That particular scene is fucking phenomenally put together. I won't spoil it, but it's just that there's a shocking monologue that you're more likely to know now.
Does he throw money out the window to get a turkey?
Yeah, it does at the end. Yeah, there's all that.
So that's actually interrupting the story then?
Yeah. So, funny enough, his this version of him going from all that traumatic shit into him being grateful is probably the
believable.
best. Oh my god,
Oh,
yeah. Because it's almost like if you know any older person in your life, you could probably associate it with like that. He actually looks and behaves and acts like someone I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's very easily like you can attribute that to someone you know. And like, I don't know, it strikes a chord with you. It's very Christmassy at the end. Yeah.
And would you be able to watch other adaptations of it now again and think, oh, it's still good?
Muppets.
But you'd also go back to that one going, that's
yeah. I'd probably watch that like.
Have you seen the Jim Carrey version of it?
No, I haven't
Have you
yet.
seen the Jim
No,
Carrey
I'm
version?
looking forward to
No.
it.
It's alright, like, but it's nothing you haven't seen. Like, it's like it still doesn't stand up to the Muppets. Like for me, that's the
all
one that stands out to my head. Like,
that's
Muppets,
hard
like,
to-
you know.
yeah.
But I'm sorry for comparing the Muppets to your.
No, because that's
classically,
just
your
no
classic
like,
one, you know.
I fucking love the Muppets
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And there's different versions of that one. There's songs that were removed in the whole
Yeah, it is.
of the Muppets
Like
one.
a
Yeah.
hidden version.
So there's like different DVDs of that. that were
Even
distributed.
Michael Caine was great. That's it. But
People's
again,
memories get fucked up. Isn't there a scene in this one? People get confused. I love the Muppets one. Yeah.
that's what you said. It's just it's sad that because there's so many adaptations of that, someone get lost in the shuffle.
I think it does because it's not. I think you might know it if you see it. Like, oh, I think I know that one, but I
To be
didn't
fair,
watch.
it's more of a UK thing as well here. That it's
Yeah,
only
so
been
anyone's
noticed here.
listening abroad that is not familiar with that production or that version of it, you know that.
Heavy English cast, including Michael Gough, was one of the tax collectors in it.
Oh, he is.
And Alfred.
Yeah. So I don't know.
A lot of stage
what the-
people involved in it.
But here,
Actors.
all the other supporting actors are fucking on top. It's just a great
Oh, yeah.
film to watch, and there's lots of It
And the-
always goes back to
yeah.
other Christmases. So you're constantly seeing Christmas Day on different days,
Okay.
somewhere at different years. So it's like
The best third ghost as well out of any film is the creepiest.
Oh,
fucking
fuck that.
thing
I would think
ever.
we'll leave that to
Third
yourself to talk
Ever.
about.
It's fucked. I can't watch it properly.
It's
but
the creepiest fucking version of that Christmas. I'm talking too long on it.
Definitely worth a
No,
watch.
It's
Go check it
top
out.
notch.
Is it like it probably is like 3 or 4 hour version or something? Is
No.
it? No.
It's
Is
only
it?
about 2 hours.
Well,
I'd
also
say,
it's about
at
on
most.
average sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, you think about it's like those films you see on TV, like Christmas Eve. That's what we're going to mention to is. It's like the films you typically see on Christmas Eve. Like I remember,
Sure.
I was
because
thinking,
Christmas Eve when you're younger, when you're
exactly
when
what
you're
I
a
was
child, the Christmas Eve's the longest day because you're just you're getting to the end day. But I remember watching fucking was probably was a few you stood out there you were saying, but one Jason and the Argonauts.
Yes,
That was always on the
fantastic
TV.
movie. Have it on video. Because it was one of my honourable mentions.
Not Christmas Eve at all. It's been a fleece.
No.
A
It
golden
was one of-
Fiddler's cow.
It was one of my honourable
Fleece.
mentions.
Oh, that's a
But
close
not every
second guess.
Christmas.
There's one movie, right? I'll see if we can play a wee bit of a guess and give here. One movie, 3 hours and 19 minutes runtime. Not one woman speaks the entire movie.
Not one woman.
Not 1 ounce of snow. Barely any water featured in the movie because you know water's what the pre-version of snow. There is no right. It's a male-only cast,
That's
and Connor might get it if you give him this clue. The guy who was in it went on to own and run Jurassic Park.
Oh, is this a Great Escape?
Yeah, it is. Because it's only ever shown. I love it. It's one of my top 5 movies of all time. But
Once you said the running time, I was like Great Escape.
Great Escape. 3 hours 19.
and no women.
Do you know why? Because the only obviously it's World War II.
Yeah.
It's
depicted
it's
in
a
the
camp.
events.
People go, why? Oh, it's not Christmassy. Because I said no snow, no Michael Bublé. There's not even a tree. There's trees, but they're in the forest, so they're not Christmas trees. The reason is they only show it at Christmas. Like I said, if you're listening from outside the UK, for us there's Only Fools and Horses, which is a fantastic show. There's The Great Escape, and there's a few other ones.
Mr.
The Grinch,
Bean or whatever,
Mr. Bean, where
Indiana
that's
Jones
the one.
randomly.
I'm just thinking
There's these
Indiana
ones
Jones,
that
you'll see that on
they
there.
always trot out for Christmas, but I
Jurassic
noticed
Park. More dinosaurs.
I'm speaking to like as saying
Extra
Connor,
dinosaurs,
I only
right.
noticed it. I've watched it countless times on video and DVD. The only time a woman has any audible dialogue, which wouldn't be featured in a script if I was reading it, is they're at a train station. Then this is not a big part, and they're all like, you know, it shows you camera shots of who's a prisoner, and you can see them in their suits, and it is tense because you're like they can't afford to be recognised as British, American, whoever you are. They have to be thought of as German.
Yeah.
And one of the Gestapo stops him, and he goes, "Good luck." And Mac, the second in command, goes, "Thank you." And he looks, and you just think, "Run!" But they run into a train station. There's a bit of a kerfuffle, and someone gets shot, and a woman screams. And that's the only audible bit of a woman speaking. I've never found another movie that has no female saying at least one word. All she does is let out a big, "Oh," that's it.
Wally?
When people go, "What?" Wally. That's the one movie
There you
that
go.
reminds me of Christmas and Jason and the Argonauts, because every time you see that, you're like, the first thing, Christmas time.
There'll be stop motion.
Not necessarily the theme of Christmas, but for some reason, us in the UK get the standard.
It's just about this challenge looking to throw something on. Well, we're going to see the big ones for the big day.
3 hours.
Just remember, for anyone else as well, paying attention as well, this is growing up. This is the kind of TV scheduling that was going on in the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, time has gone on between them. We can now decide what to watch.
When.
So this is why we've been able to decide to go back and watch these things to just have a discussion about them.
Even to this day, so, I would still kind of stick to a schedule.
They go on a cycle every year.
If they're on TV or watch them,
there's
one thing I'm trying to set myself is on Channel 4 every year. Scrangle was telling me the other day, the Snowman. And they've changed the past years to the Snowman and the Snow Dog, which is alright. But you still can't beat the classic. It's only, 23 minutes long. But everyone just knows it for a tune.
Was it Bowie?
Classic.
Was it David Bowie?
He opened it, didn't he? He opened the original intro.
He was the man. And don't get me wrong, I love the Snowman and the Snow Dog. It's a brilliant adaptation for the 21st century. But yeah, I have the Snowman before. I had the Snowman on DVD, but yeah, if it's on the TV, I'm sitting down to watch it.
I had the wee picture book was by Brendan Briggs.
Nice
touch. Stood up there, was like fucking. But there's no words in it. Even the picture book doesn't have words in it. It's just pictures. It's just all pictures, and even the animation, all of it's just. That's proper old school.
It's
just music. It's just there's no dialogue whatsoever. There might be, as they would call it,
the singing. That's it.
The singing. That's it. That's all you have to.
But
that would be, I suppose, what I was throw out if we're going through honourable mentions. So you can take me out of that honourable mention because that was
mine as well. Jackie, what would you?
I was just letting you spark away. I was just trying to think of any honourable mentions. So I threw an R for Christmas because it's something I watched recently. Fucking really nicely animated movie.
Christmassy,
very heartwarming,
very Christmassy. It's fucking Christmas.
Remember the words today, lads.
Christmas. I find very heartwarming. It's about
actually, it's
like the older Santa and the
younger
Santa.
Yeah, it's talking about Conor around. There's like it shows you, gives you an idea. Like everyone knows the story of fucking Santa Claus. You know what I mean? So there's no point like retelling that, but it's just give you a different perspective on it. Here's Saint Nicholas from the start, and it shows all these like photo frames of all these different Santa Claus, all the predecessors. So, and then it shows up to present time. But in this story of it, you've got Santa Claus, then you've got Santa Claus's dad who's still knocking around.
Yeah.
And he's got the old reindeers and all that shit. Fucking, it's Christmas everywhere. And it doesn't actually go off the plot of Christmas at all for a second. It's all...
See, I wasn't too keen when I first heard about it. Because I was just old school, it has to be Santa.
I think I passed it. You might have seen it and you were like, I'll catch it sometime. But then... Give it a watch. I
love it. It's like that's
if anyone hasn't,
it's very emotional because I'd be watching because of the generations of Santa. You'd be watching going, that's my Santa there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The one I grew up that if you're comparing to anything,
you know, right in the field. There's one I know Connor's down to mention because he mentioned to me the other afternoon I called around just to go over just to see what we had for ideas. There's one. I know you're.
What the?
I can see you.
I thought he was going to say one. The one I thought you were going to go for hasn't been mentioned.
No, hasn't been mentioned yet.
No, one was because
right.
I'm going to take a crack at the one Connor's hiding from us. Is it the Grinch?
It is.
Oh, yes.
Because it's one of those kind of things we all have to sit down at one point in our lives and be quiet for a second and think about it. We actually are all the Grinch inside. It's insane. I watched that film and sitting going, it's about people to me.
It's about, he just hates people.
It's just
he knows what he wants. That's all I can say.
That's what it works. That's what he doesn't hate Christmas at all. It's the person. He's just the people in the classroom that fucking made it.
His reason behind it is that he literally thrives and lives off of whatever people discard, and he has to sit there every Christmas and deal with all the same bullshit presents every year built up and the people just throwing off and getting rid of.
It's so fucking.
It's true.
It really does. I'm just thinking about the bit where he's in the cave and he's looking through his diary and he's like,
he's going through his
self loathing. 5:30 dinner with myself. I can't cancel again.
So many you think of?
Hate.
It's not even the quotes half the time. There's simple things that he does in that character.
He is very animated.
With all that makeup on him,
there's a bit in the sorting room where he Louis Lou, or whatever the fuck you call Lucy Lou, whatever. No, that's the
Lucy Lou. Who? I think you're right. Lucy Lou. That's Charlie's Angels, isn't it?
That's the Charlie's Angels one.
But anyway,
yeah, the wee girl. She's in the sorting room and comes across a spot and he rescues her out of the sorting fucking machine and whatnot, and then just as she's turning away, he goes, I'm like, thanks for saving me. And he just goes across the glass like with his hand just like and slowly turns around to where is it to go like I didn't fucking see. It's just a wee simple.
And then wraps the wrap or something.
But he does the Batman vs Superman bit. He hides up in the corner, like holding the dog, quiet, in full like full
mask he
spread.
has as well. It's quite creepy.
He's going through the town wearing his mask, and it's just.
And he breathes in someone like green mist.
And he actually literally slides in the view. He hangs on the back of the car and just arrives.
And in the wee car.
Yeah.
Sorry, scooch over. And then the big explosion.
It's a deer just.
If I can't find nothing to wear, I'm not going.
Ron Howard film as well, which most people seem to forget. Ron Howard and Anthony Hopkins did the voiceover during as well.
Oh, yes.
So there's money in it. There's some creepy parent kind of things going on. But every so they did the flashback about the Grinch being left outside when he was young, and he's looking in at this window, and all the parents are putting their keys in this big bowl during the party and all. You're sitting there going, fair enough.
The trifle's ruined.
Okay. And then there's even the wee bit where the wee girl's going around interviewing people with a wee microphone and all. And it's going back and forth between different people talking about the Grinch. And then at one point, he goes to the wee girl that was in school with him, goes, "Me, have a crush on the Grinch?" "Nothing." She was like, "I didn't ask you anything about that." Yeah. She just goes off in this thing. So the rest of the film, of course, that she's just infatuated with him again. But it's just...
I love the mother of it. When she's trying to put up all these decorations, and the mum's over here going, the fucking machine gun.
Griswold, like...
And she's just sitting there going,
And she's...
Public Griswold.
Yeah, Dylan Griswold, yeah.
The effects are creepy.
But they're so well done, though, aren't they?
For
what was it, 2000?
It's that probably 2000.
But like Jim Carrey with that makeup on, I think Jim Carrey was perfect for just for the facial expressions. Like with that amount of makeup, you probably had to.
I don't know how he did it for so long per fucking shoot.
Yeah. Was it 6 hours maybe in the chair, 7 hours maybe possibly?
Something
like that. If you look at like
every frame, he's got energy.
I know. Imagine the sweat and how itchy that would be.
He literally wouldn't need to talk. His body movements and facial expressions alone.
And you bound to know he's just going to go around the set in between takes, dressed as that in character.
Yeah, you would. You would definitely do that.
I'd definitely say it's one of those films, even if you do what I do usually with Home Alone, fast forward through, you can pick, honestly, you could probably pick up the Grinch at any point in the year and watch it. I just laughed. It's always the simple things with these films that make me just laugh the most. There's one where he's coming down the zip line and he goes into the recliner arse first and sets it down. Everything he does is over the top. It's almost, do you know what it's like? The best thing about it is for anyone that's caught up recently on the Jim and Alan, documentary, he's basically Tony Clifton the whole way through that film. From Man
Is it a documentary series or a documentary?
Yeah, it is a documentary. If you watch it,
like ever since he did that Man on the Moon, he hasn't reacted the same. Apparently, so as the Grinch came after that.
Grinch came after.
So you think he was just pure in the Andy Kaufman?
There's even wee bits when he's shouting at her, he does that voice, and it's just fucking funny. He's over the fucking top.
I clean forgot just Jackie near me. I had to step away from the mic there when Jackie went hey.
It's just even the bit where he's trying to scare the wee girl. She's not having it.
Yeah, he's doing this thing. He's doing these creepy things to the camera. He's doing like that. I'd say any time of the year you can watch and enjoy it.
Funny enough, as you said that, I remember watching it one year in July and being fucking pumped for Christmas. And I was like,
pre-workout.
Should have watched that right up before.
It's the pre-workout Jackie before me and Christmas, isn't it? Like
being forced to eat all the food. And he's sitting there just can't do it anymore. He's eating all the brownies and the fudge and fucking everything they're trying to literally stick in his mouth, and he's
pulling the blanket off the sheet of the table and then goes back to it.
And Rex.
I love that. He's getting ready. He's deciding to go out finally, and he gets the tablecloth and he sticks it around his stomach, right around. And it's just hanging there. You just see this gut, and it's just so fucking funny. But he's loving it.
It's funny as that film is, but again, I think it's maybe as we maybe get older, you get a wee bit more emotional. But like you see the bit where he's sitting there and he's eating the glass just, and he's sitting, no master, you feel for him a wee bit, and you're like you know what I mean?
Am I eating because I'm bored?
Yeah, that's so hell.
Am I eating because I'm bored?
Like, is that meant to get tongue on the thing? It's like, I don't know.
I'm surprised that didn't make it in as one of our Christmas movies.
It was going to be for me.
I thought
it was.
The more I thought about it, I was sitting there going, do you know what? Because I tend to sit there when I'm reviewing or looking at something, and I constantly find all the bad shit. I didn't want to find any bad shit with the Grinch, so I moved aside. I'll enjoy it.
Leave it intact.
But there's so many who probably haven't even mentioned. Watched American on 34th Street the other day.
Which one?
Classic, the one with Richard Attenborough.
Yeah.
You're talking about Richard
Marvel.
You know what I'm talking
Nah,
about?
That's the one.
nah, Richard Attenborough.
the
As
one.
in Jurassic Park.
Yes,
as
Richard
in
Attenborough.
Big X from The Great Escape.
That's the next week.
It's nice we tie in there.
But there's also another one I was torn, but I was like, I can't go for that. He's gonna come out. I'm glad I fucking didn't. You coming out with Christmas card, me coming out with Jingle all the fucking way.
I thought you were going to
It's turbo time.
I thought you were going to pick it. I was looking forward to that.
It's one of those films as well. When it's on Christmas Eve, I like watching it on Christmas though. It's so cheesy and so.
Is that the put that cookie down?
Yeah, man, it's classic. Like.
It's
It's turbo time.
how old is that now? Jingle all the way.
98,
It
is
has
it?
to be
99?
the 90s, man. I think it was around the time of Kindergarten Cop and
It's-
Isn't that weird to say that easily 20 years old now?
No, it's not.
Oh,
Sure,
yeah,
Shrek was on the other day. And Shrek's near fucking. Shrek's 3 years off being 20 years old.
Jesus.
I watched Monster
Just yet.
Inc. I know off topic we went, but that's aged a little bit sad.
It's aged terribly.
Oh,
That's what I think. I watched it recently. I was like, ooh.
classic show.
I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Still love it. The jokes are still funny. But like,
But would you prefer Pixar?
No, it's not a Christmas movie. I was going to say Toy Story.
Christmas. Oh yeah, it is.
At the end of it,
Toy Story
this is
1.
Potato Head.
oh, you could.
But like
watch
the Great
it.
Escape, it's one of those films that seems to always be on around.
Watch it on Christmas.
Jason Organ around Christmas time.
Same as you say with Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones. I had no idea why, and I even loved the way that Father Dead joke about having Jurassic Park on Christmas, but that always used to be on at Christmas.
I know.
I don't know why, it was essential. At home, and Dumb and Dumber.
The Father
Used to always be on.
special.
Apart from Caribbean the past few years.
Or-
it's maybe we just
How did not one of us mention the Father Dead special?
Well, that'd be different for another
That's
time.
a podcast on
Guarantee for that.
That is definitely a
But
podcast.
something Declan might remember was that would used to be on Christmas Eve every year, early years in the sky on
Halloween.
TNN.
Fucking Halloween.
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 He used to watch
Halloween.
it fucking most Christmases. But
Yeah,
Christmas
religiously.
Eve, whenever we were sorting the presents and all that, sneaking them in, and Connor sitting watching Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, this is great.
It's a great film. It's a Christmas film.
It's a Christmas film in our family for some weird fucking. Oh my God.
But
It doesn't have
does everyone have that kind of similar thing that there was a set kind of schedule of films used to be on every year, the same kind of ones
You
coming
know,
on.
you knew what to expect to be on.
you knew what was coming up. You knew the TV specials were coming, and even now you pick up some. Nowadays, TV special wise probably
I'm
isn't
just
the
thinking
best
when
one
you
now.
say TV, I'm thinking
Yeah.
Holy Foods and Horse. I'm thinking Mr. Bean and
I like the
stuff we all-
that's what I
Blackadder,
think.
everything.
Thinking
Peep
of
show,
sitting
even
down
peep shows
during Christmas, TV would be on, and for us in this part of the country, we'd be watching the Gay Burns show. We'd always do the toy show.
Toy show, yeah.
Like we used to watch all of them.
I haven't watched it since your boy was a Tuberty.
Give Ryan Tuberty, he's not
He's a
too bad.
bastard.
He's actually the sponsor
I haven't
of
watched
this.
it yet, so I don't know what his kids
Well, to be
are,
fair,
what they're-
why would we need to watch a toy show? We don't have any kids and we're not kids.
No, I suppose like them.
It's kind of just
Isn't there
weird.
more to
Me and
it?
Jenny were walking
Isn't there,
around Smith's
Unless
the
there's
other day
any
getting
wrestling
there.
figures
There's no
coming
like-
out.
I was
Not
up Smith's
kids,
the other
though.
day.
I know,
Jenny,
for us, I think I'd watch it because there's all the Irish stuff in it, you know what I mean? And there's other acts and stuff on the show, I can't remember.
well, you
Oh,
do,
fair
you do
enough.
different
It's not
talents
just
and
that.
all that.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was TV for us.
Well, yeah, that was really Christmas in a nutshell.
I think, well, basically,
Almost here.
final round round. So we've had myself was Home Alone 2, then we had
Die Hard 2.
Die Hard 2.
Two
We
sequels. Mine's a sequel
What
too.
do you have, Dagan?
What did I have? Sorry.
I had a National Lampoon's
Yeah,
Vacation.
two. Yeah, and I had
National Lampoon's Carol.
Christmas Carol. So bar yours.
Vacation.
Yours is a sequel as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or three.
If I would have went for my no, it was
Arthur Christmas.
a standalone thing. Just trying to think.
That's quite different.
You'd
as
Did I
well, as
throw out-
well.
did I throw out some honourable mentions? There was a sequel, surely.
Well, honourable mention as well to Mr. Bublé, who's been sitting playing away in the background the
He's-
whole way
he's-
through this.
What do we
Like a
have
champ.
on? Nobody But Me.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
what do you
it's
make?
Christmas,
I don't think that's a Christmas
No.
stuff anymore, lads.
Anything Michael Bublé does is Christmas
This
music.
is the perfect now, isn't it?
I think we need to stop and
That's
change
not
Mr. Bublé completely. So I think that's a nice wee
Don't
right off.
Bublé can't change. Don't change Bublé.
I think he was trying to
No,
tell
no,
us
go,
that James
James.
Metallica have
No,
now
no,
done
no.
a Christmas album.
No.
Metallica have done a Christmas album.
Well, I'm going to pass my thanks round here to everyone that
Well, thanks for having us.
came
Come.
through.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anytime. And it's good. Well, it's something we've been looking forward to covering definitely for Christmas films this year. And to be fair, it's one of the most enjoyable bits of homework I've had to do the last week while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Because you're going to watch them anyway. So, like,
sure,
yeah.
as well. So,
Any shout outs, any plugs, anyone?
Yeah, we'll get round to the marketing end of things. Folks, as Connor mentioned at the very start of this podcast,
even click the pen.
Well, we're taking
someone
what the
has to be
fuck.
special in this operation. It's not going to be me, like, but
Take it away.
I did save Christmas with Die Hard 2. Folks, we're now in the process that these will not just be audio podcasts. There's the pen click again. These will be video podcasts. We recently did. We're actually on video now. Jackie to the left.
You may never see
where
this.
we have recently just launched a YouTube channel under Red Acre Productions. And again, you'll get access to things like all these podcasts, the specials. We do one-off wrestling, one-off TV specials. We mentioned there's a Father Ted one coming. There's a lot of stuff you're not going to find on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. It'll be for the YouTube. So if you do venture onto it, please hit subscribe. Like I said, if you're one of those people who spend most of the time on Facebook watching your clips and all, you'll see the likes of Declan, who's been on the podcast with us. He does play-by-play gaming videos. You'll see behind-the-scenes stuff. There'll be lots of wee bits and pieces. So, like I said, follow us on all the social media.
Me getting short.
Yeah.
For those of you that are already on YouTube watching this and listening away to this, there's, I think the final count at the moment is 72 videos worth of stuff to watch through on several different topics. So make your way through the list. Let us know what you think, what you don't like. Especially, we won't delete anything. To be honest, I want to see the shit.
Yeah.
I want to see the fucking comments.
Bring on the comments.
No, we're not that
I should mention, folks, Declan is actually over from Liverpool, so it's a nice Christmas present to have,
It is.
have him here in the room with us. At the start, He was always Skyping in, but it's nice to actually have him here.
It's a good Christmas present, isn't
Isn't
it? It is.
That's Christmassy to have him here. And as Conor said, there's a range of stuff, not just podcasts on YouTube. There's a ton of videos on TV, film, games, music, all the stuff. So we've got you covered. Like I said, thanks for listening to me. I'm a die-hard rant anyway. So I'll let the lads wrap up.
No, well, thank you very much.
Christmas book.
No.
Yeah.
No, well, thanks to everyone who's been listening through to this, and of course, leave your comments, any suggestions for any other films you think. Obviously, we've left out probably tons of Christmas films. These are the ones that we wanted to cover. So let us know anything else you want us to cover down the line. We're more than happy for suggestions.
I just realised we're going to have a lot of Love Actually fans ripping into us.
Right, tell you what,
Two of them.
on one final
Made
note
up a
about
few
it,
Walking
Love
Dead
Actually
fans,
is pretty
maybe.
fucking good film.
Well, I like Love Actually.
Great cast, yeah.
Great cast.
Don't try to defend
Joel
yourself now.
Atkinson's in there. Liam Neeson.
Can I just say before we
Try to
wrap up,
defend
because I
yourself.
forget.
We have wrapped up, but go for it. We do this every time.
Part 2.
Yeah, it always happens.
There's a possibility that I'll be doing a top 10 Christmas moments
Yes.
video, but I was thinking of doing Christmas movies. It's probably going to be a broader video, so
Good.
When's
Look out
that?
for
When
that.
are you looking at?
I'm looking to drop that just before Christmas. So
Nice.
we'll see. Well, I'm in the process of thinking of putting it out there, so it can be done. Just doing this podcast
Stay tuned.
has been, it's just been making me think more about videos and stuff. So that was an idea before we did the podcast. So it's a huge possibility that's going to be out on YouTube. So
Looking forward to it.
Happy days.
Brilliant. Well, thanks very much again, lads, and Merry fucking Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, folks.
Merry Christmas, fuckers.